Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting's live coverage of the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series. Tonight's race is brought to you by James East Racing. This is the James East Racing 120. You can check out their website at www.teamgoonsquad.com. I do have a link down in the description for you as well. Sorry for the little bit of a late start. Had some very severe thunderstorms roll through my area, and had to wait a few minutes to get on, but we are here. We are live. We got about a minute left here in practice. As you can see, Christopher Simon currently at the top of the leaderboard. Jeremiah Stutzman sitting back in second. Kevin Thompson, Mike Hayes, and Jonathan Jennings make up your top five. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. And Jonathan Jennings, with his win last week, puts him at the top of the board. Jeremiah Stutzman sits in second. Justin McMahon, Daniel Wilkerson, and Jason Miz, your top five. Kevin Thompson, Kevin O'Powell, Michael Bowen, Andrew St. Cyr, and Adam Gardner, as well as Doug Solms, all tied for eighth back there. So Bowen, St. Cyr, Adam Gardner, Doug Solms, all tied for eighth. Then Chuck Cobb, EJ Luna, David Husley, and Jason Riume make up your top 15. We'll leave that up there so you can find your favorite driver. Also have a bit of a team championship going on as well. Elite Southern Racing currently at the top of the board. Then we see Loud Pedal Racing sitting back in second. Twisted Axle, Lazy Lizard at the top. Motorsports, Shoney's Racing, and Southern Boys Racing round out the rest of the top, or the driver stand, or excuse me, the team standings here. So we're getting ready. 5 minutes of qualifying. Let's see who the first drivers are to make their way out on track. It looks like the 73, Jeffrey Wimmer, one of those first drivers out on track here tonight. Doesn't look like he's, oh, now he looks like he's getting ready to roll. As we get ready for 120 laps around this high-banked half-mile Bristol Motor Speedway. Expect lap times in the 16 or 17 second bracket here in qualifying, as already Jeffrey doesn't like where he's starting. So we're going to see Bill Gentry out on track right now. So he's already taken the green flag. He's on his first of 2 flying laps. Currently in the second position. How about Christopher Simon with a sub 15 second lap? 14:97. That is blazing fast around this little half mile speedway. And Gentry is going to currently be back in the 5th position. The 3 of Mike Sema out on track, coming to take the green flag. Sema comes through turns 3 and 4. And across the stripe. And he's going to be good enough for the 9th position currently. Justin McMahon just crossed the line for his first of 2 laps up into the 6th spot. Down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. And across the line, and McMahon will stay currently in that 6th position. We see Jeremiah Stutzman just making his way onto the racetrack, showing some speed earlier in practice. Let's see if he can continue that speed here in the qualifying off of turn number 4 to take the green flag. And there's a couple different ways you can run this Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, high banks, concrete track, very slick, hard to get back to the throttle. We see Stutzman running that low lane. Some drivers might opt for the higher lane. Some drivers may choose to enter real high and exit real low. We'll see what works for Stutzman here off of turn number 2. Currently in the 13th position. See what he's able to do here on his second lap. Little slide off of turn number 4. That's only going to be good enough for 10th. Adam Gardner making his way off of pit road and onto the track. We do have 2 distinct pit roads here. There's a front stretch pit and a back stretch pit. And both of them are in play tonight. It's going to be used as one full pit lane. So drivers will have to enter on the back stretch to go all the way to the front stretch, no matter if they're pitting on the front stretch or the back stretch. Gardner coming across the stripe here, and he will be good enough for the 13th position. Kenny Heath in the 5 out on track. Takes the green flag, currently in the 16th position. See what he's able to do here on his second lap. Oh, catches the wall, and that is going to disallow his time. And currently don't see anybody else making their way around the track or getting ready to go on track. And I take that back. It is dual pit roads, so each pit road will be their own pit road. So drivers who are pitting on the backstretch only have to use the backstretch pits, and drivers on the front stretch only have to use the front stretch pits. Also, the restart zone is in effect. We will have a stage break at lap number just double checking when the stage will be. I will double check that. That will be at halfway, they'll get stage points. So let's get ready to take a look at our starting grid here tonight. And Christopher Simon will be on pole with Jonathan Jennings starting in the 2nd position. Row 2 will be Andrew Hayes and Chris Leftwich, followed by Mike Hayes and Justin McMahon back in row number 3. Bill Gentry and Jason Miz will make up row number 4. Kevin Powell and Jeremiah Stutzman will round out your top 10. Michael Sema and Jason Riume will roll off from row 6. Row 7 will be Kevin Thompson in the 21 and Adam Gardner. 17th will be Kenny Heath with Daniel Wilkerson in the 18th position to his outside. 19th will be Eric Peck and Adam Thompson round out your top 20. 21st will be Corey Lavallo with Leander Johnson his outside in row 11. Mike Leftwich and Michael Bowen make up row number 12, and then Doug Solms and Jeffrey Wimmer round out the rest of the field here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Well, it looks like there will be a couple pre-race penalties as well. So Jeffrey Wimmer and the 5 of Kenny Heath will have to start from the pits here tonight. As we get ready for our first of 2 pace laps here before we get ready to go green flag racing for 120 laps. It's Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum, the world's fastest half mile, Thunder Valley, whatever way you know it as. Half mile track located in Bristol, Tennessee. All concrete, 5.33 miles is the exact track distance. Banking and turns are 26 to 30 degrees, progressively banked. Straightaways are 6 to 10 degrees. So we'll see these guys having trouble at times getting the power down off of the corner. So watch for looseness off the corner as the track gets really, really slick, especially on older tires. We might see that top lane work. We may see drivers trying to use the bottom lane, but a lot of different ways that you can run this little racetrack as we are getting ready to go. Green flag racing team field is rolling off of turn number 4 down on the pit road. Christopher Simon hits the gas. Green flag's in the air, and we are racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and a big jump for Christopher Simon. Jonathan Jennings trying to fight on that high side, just not able. And now he's going to get some power up on that high side. He's going to clear Christopher Simon off of turn number 4 to lead the first lap. Here comes Chris Leftwich in that 13, also working that high side. We're almost 3 wide as McMahon almost made it 3 wide off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch they come, and now Andrew Hayes up into the 3rd position as Christopher Leftwich trying to fire off good here and take a look at the back bumper of Jonathan Jennings. Side by side for the 3rd position, Justin McMahon and Andrew Hayes. McMahon's going to inch out in front of Hayes. He's going to take that position away. Hayes, though, trying to fight back on that high side, but just not close enough to make that move happen. Just behind, we see Jason Miz moving around the 96 of Mike Hayes. And, ooh, a little loose for Christopher Simon, who's stuck down on the bottom and does not like the way that car is handling down on that low side. The 8 of Jason Riume up on the high side. Oh, we see one go around. That's Jason Miz. Parks it down on the infield, and we stay green flag. As the battle for the lead continues to heat up, that's Christopher Leftwich running right there in the tire tracks. Slightly faster than Jonathan Jennings, but Jonathan able to hold on right behind. EJ Luna in a battle now with the 93 of Kevin Powell. Just behind him, we see Kevin Thompson trying to catch up to this battle as well. And behind Thompson, we see Eric Peck and Adam Thompson going at it. Oh, another car down low on the low side. And I believe that was Jeremiah Stutzman who got a little loose, and he is dropping back like a rock right now, trying to find himself a spot in line. He's going to tuck in front of Doug Solms. Back up front, Justin McMahon starting to run down these front 2. As Christopher Leftwich is trying to make a move down to the inside of Justin McMahon. Well, Leftwich now has Justin McMahon right there on the back bumper, so McMahon running that little higher line, trying to keep the momentum up off the corner to try to make the pass here on the outside. Right behind this, we see Adam Gardner working around the inside of Christopher Simon. Just in front, Bill Gentry trying to hold off those 2 hard-charging trucks, with Mike Sema right behind as well. See some emotes there in the Twitch chat. Shake and bake. We're getting ready to go racing. Absolutely. And up front, now we got a battle for the lead as lap traffic is starting to come into play. That is the 25 of Mike Bowen staying out of the way of the leaders. That slowed down Jennings just a little bit, but not enough to allow Leftwich to make any kind of a move. Don't forget, this Doghouse Racing League does not have resets, so these drivers being a little more mindful of each other. They know that any slip-up could cause their race to end, as we see Christopher Simon looking down to the inside of Bill Gentry and Mike Sema right there as well. EJ Luna trying to get into this battle. He's going to look down to the inside of Sema. but not going to be able to clear him. He's going to have to tuck in line and see if he can make another charge at it again. McMahon now has some competition. The 96 of Michael Hayes looking down to the inside of the 20 machine, but not able to get that move working. He tucks back in line. It's easy to catch somebody here at Bristol, but it's so difficult to get around him. Now Chris Leftwich starting to fall off of Jonathan Jennings a little bit. This track is such a rhythm track, and if you can get a good rhythm going, you can really put down some quick laps and start to pull away. Already we're seeing some tire wear showing its ugly head. Lap times just 20 laps in. We're only 10 miles into the race, and already lap times have fallen off about a half a second. So watch for lap times to continue to decrease. So we got a battle back here. A gaggle of cars. And Mike Leftwich just went around. No caution, though. He was able to stay off the track, so he's able to get back going. As up front, Mike Hayes still battling with Justin McMahon, trying to take over that third position. Side by side, the battle for third. Now Hayes tucks back in line. As Bill Gentry up on that high lane, he's starting to fall backwards. As that low lane is really starting to come in, we see Steven Tucker down on the low side trying to make something happen. He's got some damage to the right side of his machine, but he's able to pull alongside Bill Gentry right here. There's Jeremiah Stutzman, that 71, also getting around Gentry. And Corey Lavallo looking to follow through as well. Adam Gardner has Christopher Simon all over the back bumper. Simon trying to make a move around the 56 machine, but just not close enough to make it happen. Christopher Leftwich now has a hard-charging McMahon right there on the back bumper as well. Little bumper action there from McMahon on the back of Chris Leftwich. Now McMahon looking up to the high side, just not enough room to try to make a move there. Now they're side by side. It's a battle for second place. Saw McMahon using that high lane earlier. Oh, they make some contact. Chris Leftwich able to hold on to it, but he's going to fall to the 96 of Hayes, it looks like, as well. As Hayes was able to keep that momentum up on that high side. And the 37 of Andrew Hayes wants to push on through as well. So move McMahon and Hayes up a spot as Leftwich pulls a little slide job there to get up in front of the 37. Something we normally see on dirt. We're seeing here on the concrete. Now we've got a battle between Adam Thompson and Mike Sema. Thompson able to get around the 3 machine and move himself up into the 14th position. And Leftwich now still has Andrew Hayes trying to run him down to try to take over that 4th position. Up front, though, Jonathan Jennings in a lot of lap traffic. He's going 3 wide through the lap traffic there. Currently has a 1.5 second lead over Justin McMahon. And oh, we got one around. Oh, it sounded like we had one around. So I heard somebody get up into the wall hard, but no caution. Do we see, was that Steven Tucker going around Mike Sema? And here comes the 25, who is currently a lap down, trying to make his way through there as well. EJ Luna and Kevin Thompson. This is a battle for the 10th position, with Eric Peck and Jeremiah Stutzman right behind as well to follow Thompson right through. So move Thompson, last season's champion, up into the top 10. As Adam Gardner and Kevin Powell were just going at it. Powell was just able to get around Gardner. So move Kevin Powell up into the 8th position. EJ Luna now stuck on that high side. He's getting held up by the 60 of Mike Leftwich, who is a lap down. And that allows Eric Peck to move on through, and Jeremiah Stutzman, it's like he's going to go through as well. So Luna, unfortunately, trapped by that lap truck and loses 3 positions. See, Corey Lavallo and Michael Sema going at it right in front of second place, Justin McMahon. There's a race going on right in front of McMahon. He wants to get around these drivers, but they're in their own race here. They're battling for position. Fortunately, Mike Hayes 2.5 seconds behind McMahon, so he's got a little bit of room where he can kind of just hang out back here. But for how long, as we see Hayes with a little clearer track able to pull right up to McMahon. McMahon's trying to get around the lap traffic, and here comes Hayes looking down to the inside. And that's a battle for second, as now Hayes using the pick of the slower cars to get around McMahon. McMahon, though, firing up on that high side, getting around Sema. He's going to set his sights back on that second place position. As we see the 06 of Corey Lavallo holding up Hayes just a little bit. That's going to allow McMahon to cut down, back down to the inside and make up all that ground that he lost. So McMahon trying to run down the 96 of Hayes, and while all this is going on, Jonathan Jennings has stretched his lead out to just over 5.5 seconds. A couple drivers coming down pit road. We see Steven Tucker on pit road. Bill Gentry on pit road getting some service done as well. So green flag pit stops already starting. We are just about halfway. 15 laps from halfway, in fact. Mike Hayes and Justin McMahon back at it here for second place. McMahon using that low lane, trying to get around the 96. It's a great battle here as they got some clean track. No lap cars for a little bit in front of them. Oh! Gentry hits the wall right in front of McMahon and Mike Hayes. Fortunately, Mike gets a lot of damage in that. It was the 06 who is lapped down. That allows McMahon to pull way out in front. Now we've got some battle in here. Stutzman looking down to the inside of Kevin Powell. This is a battle for the 6th position. A lot of damage to that machine of Bill Gentry. He's making his way back down on the pit road. Mike Sema also down on pit road. Put the pit lane down at the bottom of the track. The first 3 letters of the driver's name will be there. The time that you see ticking away is the time on pit road. If it says pit, that means that they are currently in their pit stall. Once that changes to a time, that means that they have exited their pit stall, and that's how long they were sitting stationary. Well, Kevin Thompson has caught Mike Hayes, as Mike Hayes has a lot of damage to the front of that truck. Stutzman now looking up to the high side of Kevin Thompson. And we're about to be 3 wide here into turn 1 and 2. And Mike Hayes is going to lose 2 positions to both Thompson and Stutzman. And now Kevin Powell trying to fight down on the low side of Mike Hayes. So Mike Hayes, unfortunately, with a lot of damage to that truck, both in the front. It looks like the right front has some damage as well. So that's really slowing down that 96 machine. Not the aerodynamics so much, but just the handling is slowing down that truck. So he is in a tailspin right now, back into the 7th position. Oh, we got some trouble on track. It looks like Andrew Hayes went around along with Steven Tucker, but they were able to keep going, so no caution. So we stay caution free as we're working lap 58 of 120. So Jonathan Jennings still out in front as we are approaching the halfway point. Of course, halfway will be the stage. And as we complete lap number 60, Jonathan Jennings will get the stage win. Justin McMahon in second, Kevin Thompson, Jeremiah Stutzman, Eric Peck, Kevin Powell, Christopher Simon, Mike Hayes, Jason Riome, and EJ Luna, your stage point winners. And our midway stage sponsor is Tiffany Leftwich with Pink Zebra. You can check out her webpage at pinkzebrahome.com/sparklebutterflies. There is a link down below to her web store as well. So, again, Tiffany Leftwich, thank you for being our midway sponsor. And please support our sponsors here tonight by visiting their websites. Again, both are down in the description below. Of course, I haven't really had the chance to talk much since we've had all this green flag racing. And we see Mike Hayes now in jeopardy of going a lap down, as Jonathan Jennings has just a car separating him and the 8th place driver. So James East Racing helping to bridge the gap between real-life racing and sim enthusiasts. Support grassroots racing by joining the Team Goon Squad Discord via the website at www.teamgoonsquad.com. You can find a link below in the description as well. So Jonathan Jennings, though, putting on a clinic in his own right. He has lapped almost the entire field. Right now we only have 6 cars on the lead lap, and we've been green since the drop of the green flag. Of course, at some point, our leader will have to make his way down pit road. As we see, a lot of trucks have already made their way down onto pit road. About half the field has pit. As we see that 16 truck trying to make his way back around the leader. He will, so won't Mike Sema, who were both down on pit road already. So we're seeing what fresh tires can do. As now Justin McMahon makes his way down onto pit road. Christopher Simon also making his way down pit road. That's going to put just 4 cars on the lead lap. Jonathan Jennings, Kevin Thompson, Jeremiah Stutzman, and Eric Peck. Chris Leftwich looking down underneath the 06 of Corey Lavallo to take over the 10th position. Now our leader, Jonathan Jennings, makes his way down onto pit road. 35 miles an hour, very slow pit road here at Bristol Motor Speedway after being out there and running 15-second laps. We see Jonathan Jennings making his way down to his pit stall. That's going to put Kevin Thompson out there as your leader. Thompson, a little bit of damage to the right side of his vehicle. Looks like he was up into the wall just a little bit as well. And you lose a ton of time being stationary here on pit road. It's Kevin Thompson now looking down underneath the 06. Put him another lap down. Corey Lavallo, who's now being scored 2 laps down, but just behind we see the 37 of Andrew Hayes on fresh tires trying to make his way back through the field. Also, we see Mike Hayes up on the high side trying to get a lap back, put himself back on the lead lap. Jeremiah Stutzman, EJ Luna both make their way down on the pit road now. So just Kevin Thompson and Eric Peck yet to make their way down on the pit road. Both drivers just kind of hoping that a yellow would come out so they could get on pit road and trap pretty much the entire field a lap down. EJ Luna just making his way out, back out onto the racetrack in front of our leaders. Ooh, EJ Luna is around on the front stretch. And not sure why the caution hasn't come out. That's dead truck in the middle of the track. The caution should have came out, but it has not. Now the caution comes out. And that is exactly what Kevin Thompson and Eric Peck were both looking to see. And that's going to bring up our Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see exactly what happened to EJ Luna to bring out this caution. Luna coming down the front stretch and into turn number 1. Oh, just over-rotates the truck on his own, comes back across the track, catches the wall. I know somebody else comes down and hits him. That is the 06. Puts him directly in the middle of the track, and that brings out our caution. So we see Kevin Thompson, Eric Peck on pit road. It looks like Eric Peck is going to come out of pit road as the leader. Possibly, as Eric Peck is still on pit road. I think he may not have known that he didn't have to use both pit roads. Either that or he might have missed his pit stop by going down the wrong pit road. That's exactly what it looks like. So now Kevin Thompson retakes the lead here at Bristol with just about 30 laps to go. 35 laps to go. Of course, while we're in the caution, we want to thank Intensity's great sponsor, Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and well-trusted leader in haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker brand haptic transducers lets us feel low-frequency sounds. Butt Kicker brand products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers worldwide. The patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded sim racing gaming haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one is right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. I do have a Gamer Plus installed on my rig. It's just an office chair, and let me tell you, it is quite the haptic feedback. I mean, you can really feel the engine. You can feel when the tires start to break loose, shifting, any bump in the track. When you go over rumple strips, the whole seat vibrates. So it's a really cool, if you're looking for that kind of seat of the pants feel without having a motion rig, the Butt Kicker is the way to do it. And I just have the one single one. Joe Wright, who races with us and announces here on Intensity Broadcasting, he has two of them. He has them set up on the front and back of his rig so he can have different sensations and feels around the car. So you can check that out at thebuttkicker.com. Again, we want to thank our great race sponsor, James East Racing. James East Racing, helping to bridge the gap between real-life racing and sim enthusiasts. Support grassroots racing by joining the Team Goon Squad Discord via the website at teamgoonsquad.com. And as always, we want to thank Shoney. Shoney's Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. And of course, those whole strawberry pies are great for family or office gatherings, holidays, picnics, and any celebration you'd like to make just a little bit sweeter. So lights are off on the pace car. Kevin Thompson's going to take the inside. No, lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to have one more lap before we go back green flag racing. Kevin Thompson will restart on the low side, looks like. Kevin Powell up to the high side. A couple trucks lap down here that need to either get waved around or find their way into position. Because Kevin Powell is being shown quite a ways back behind your leader, Kevin Thompson. So it looks like the lap trucks are going to be restarting right in line here. Oh, never mind. Lights are back on the pace car. So while we get things sorted out here, we want to invite you to come back here right after this one's done tonight for the SCSRA Truck Series. That's right, our truck doubleheader here on Tuesday nights on Intensity Broadcasting. Tonight, the SCSRA Truck Series will be taking on Dover International Raceway. So from one high-banked concrete track to another, we go from this little half-mile track to the Monster Mile in Dover. So join us again at 9:30 Eastern here on Intensity Broadcasting. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here. Kevin Thompson down on the low side. We see the 32 up on the high side. That is Leander Johnson. Pace car dives down on the pit road. Thompson gets his way into the restart zone. Green flag's back in the air. We are back racing. And Kevin Thompson has quite a bit of gap between him and Jonathan Jennings, who's running back in second. We know Jonathan has a lot of speed. He's been showing it all night long. He's already cleared the lap trucks around him, and he's diving down to the inside of Leander Johnson and trying to run down the 21 of Kevin Thompson. Now, Thompson does have pretty much equal lap tires, as Jonathan Jennings was able to come down pit road and take tires as well. Now Jennings right there to the back bumper, slides down to the inside. They are side by side for the lead. Thompson, though, fighting hard on that high side. Again, we've seen that high side really work here at Bristol lately, but Jennings too strong on the low side, and he's going to take over the lead. But here comes Thompson trying to fight back on that high side. And he's going to stay alongside here as they make their way down into the corners. Off of turn number 4 and down into turn number 1. Kevin Thompson just barely squeaked out the lead that time. And Thompson using that high lane to retake the lead off of turn number 4. And he's going to clear Jonathan Jennings. Now Jennings is going to try to use that high lane to see if he can get some momentum to get back around the 21. Jennings off of turn number 4, side by side for the lead. Thompson gives Jennings a lot of room. He's going to slide back in to that second position. Now is Thompson going to be able to use that high lane to get back to Jonathan Jennings? Only 5 cars on the lead lap. That's Jonathan Jennings, Kevin Thompson, Jeremiah Stutzman, Kevin Powell, and Eric Peck. First car 1 lap down. That is the 56 of Adam Gardner. So Gardner trying right now to hold on to that lucky dog spot. Although trying to chase him down about a 1.5 seconds back is the 20 of Justin McMahon, trying to take that lucky dog spot in case the caution does come back out. But we have only 18 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Jonathan Jennings has a 0.5 second lead over Kevin Thompson. A little further back, we see a little battle heating up between Christopher Leftwich and Mike Hayes. This is a battle for the 9th position. And just in front of them, we see the 16 of Adam Thompson, who is currently 2 laps down. As Leftwich is going to clear Hayes to move himself up into the 9th position. And he's got about, looks like a 15-second interval to the 8th place running Christopher Simon. So Chris Leftwich is currently a lap down behind Christopher Simon. Back up front, Jonathan Jennings trying to pull away from Kevin Thompson, but Thompson just doesn't want to go away. They've been running some pretty close lap times. As we see, Thompson's actually been running a little bit quicker than Jennings lap after lap. It's not what I was trying to find right there. So there is the battle for first right there. So Kevin Thompson, 0.3 of a second behind, although the lap traffic starting to slow down our leader just a little bit. Our leaders, I should say, as Thompson was kind of slowed down a little bit right there as well. We see Eric Peck taking a look at the 93 of Kevin Powell, trying to move himself up into the 4th position. And the laps clicking off quickly here at Bristol Motor Speedway as Jonathan Jennings, next time by, will have just 5 laps to go. Does Kevin Thompson have anything for him in these last 5 laps to try to retake the lead and steal the win away from Jonathan Jennings, who's just dominated this race all night tonight? At one point had about a 7-second lead over 2nd place. Now Thompson running right there in a little cleaner air, able to stay right along with Jonathan Jennings. Just 4 laps to go here tonight. Thompson starting to reel in Jonathan Jennings just a little bit. It's down to 0.2 seconds. There's a live look at that interval with 2 laps to go. Does Thompson have anything for him here in this last 2 laps through turns 3 and 4? Thompson's going to dive down to the low side, try to get the run up off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air, 1 lap to go. Thompson has gotten to the back bumper, but trying to see if he can find a way around that 91 as they come through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. And Jonathan Jennings is going to come off turn number 4 and win here at Bristol. Kevin Thompson comes home 2nd. Jeremiah Stutzman comes home in 3rd. Eric Peck and Kevin Powell round out your top 5. But it's all about your winner here tonight. The 91 in dominating fashion getting the win here. As Jeremiah comes up, gives a little congratulatory bump to the back bumper. And Jennings is going to burn it down here on the front stretch and celebrate his victory. Man, what a great win. As I mentioned, dominating fashion. Only a handful of laps this driver did not hold on to tonight or lead, as he's trying to burn that truck around all the way around the track. That's an impressive burnout. Almost able to complete the entire lap in reverse. And we'll take a look at the final results. Then Jonathan Jennings getting the win over Kevin Thompson. Jeremiah Stutzman back in 3rd. Eric Peck and Kevin Powell, your top 5. Justin McMahon back in 6th. 7th is Adam Gardner. Christopher Simon back in the 8th position. 9th, Chris Leftwich and Andrew Hayes round out your top 10. Mike Hayes falls all the way back to 11th. Adam Thompson in 12th. Mike Sema, Leander Johnson, and Doug Solms round out your top 15. Michael Bowen back in 16th. Jason Riume in 17th. Corey Lavallo back in the 18th position. And we find EJ Luna, who was caught up in the only caution of the night, and Mike Leftwich back in 20th. Stephen Tucker, 21st. Bill Gentry back in 22nd. Daniel Wilkerson, 23rd. Jason Miz, Jeffrey Wimmer, your top 25. And Kenny Heath rounds out the field here in the 26th position. As we get ready to talk to our top 3 tonight. Although I don't see Jeremiah Stutzman up into the waiting room. So Jeremiah held on to the points lead for quite a while last season, just being the model of consistency. Holds on for a third place finish. Let's bring in your second place finisher then, Kevin Thompson. Kevin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, great run for you here tonight. Thought you were going to kind of steal it there on strategy, making that strategy work for you, catching the caution at the right time. Unfortunately, Jennings just had too much speed there at the end and was able to get around you. He dominated most of the race, but you were the only driver that was really able to stay with him there. Did you think you might have had something for him if we had just a few more laps?
Yeah, I think my tires were coming in at the end there. I had fresher tires than he did. I just at the beginning of the race, I just started off bad. Started in the mid of the pack. If I would have started up front, we would have had a better race all through the race. But I'll take it. Caution come out at the right time for me. Let's on laps, finish second. I'll take the points and go on for next week.
Yeah, for sure. We know after last season, points can make all the difference. But man, was that your strat? Like, how did that strategy come to mind? Did you were you kind of surprised that we only had the one caution here tonight, and were you kind of expecting it to go green flag, or were you just hoping the flag would come out when it did?
I was expecting more than one caution. I was just gonna run until the caution come out because I had when the caution come out, I had 10 more laps of gas left, so I was just running until the caution come out and see if how many people I can get to lap down, and it came out and it helped me out.
Well, for sure. Well, getting yourself a podium here tonight, coming home in second, Kevin. Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out? Anyone you want to thank here tonight?
Yes, my teammates at Twisted Axle, my family that watches every Tuesday, and y'all putting on a good broadcast, and Daniel putting us on every week.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations, and we look forward seeing how else you wrap up this Southern swing here this season.
Yep,
Have a great night.
you too.
That's your second place finisher, Kevin Thompson. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a dominating performance for you tonight. At one point, had about a 6 second lead over second place, got down on the pit road, and Thompson stayed out, and the yellow flag kind of fell his way. Were you kind of surprised to see a real lack of yellow flags here tonight?
Yeah, actually, I was. I was expecting it to be pretty bad, but I'm glad it wasn't. I like green flag racing.
For sure. And as the green flag laps clicked on, you continued to show a lot of speed out there. And when that caution did come out and you were trapped a lap down, actually, you'd just gotten back on the lead lap at that point. Were you kind of concerned, thinking that it just wasn't going to work your way and you were going to get one stolen away from you? Or did you know you had the speed to get back up there?
No, I was a little concerned because Kevin's fast. It's not no easy task to get back up there after or something like that. And I really didn't want to see no caution because I kind of wanted to keep that 5 6 second gap so I can manage my stuff a little better. But that's racing.
Yeah, you talk about Thompson being tough to pass out there. You and him had a great little battle there off that green flag start. And talk us through it. That was some great side by side racing for you guys there. And were you he got back around you? Were you just trying to save your tires a little bit, or did you know that you had the speed there?
Nah, he had the momentum on the top, so it's kind of hard to complete the pass. So I figured I had to back off and look get to the outside of him. Luckily, I don't know why, but he left the top open and I took it.
Well, there you go. So great again, great one tonight. Dominating fashion here tonight. And next week we move on to Bristol, on to Texas. How do you like your chances next week at the mile and a half track?
I like Texas, but I think I'm gonna have to deal with Kevin again there. He's really good at Texas.
For sure. Well, before we let you go, anyone you thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast, Daniel, and all the admins for doing this each week, and um, my teammates um, practice and info help get this done.
Can I have a drink, please?
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations and good luck next week in Texas. And we look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right, thank you.
So here you have it, Jonathan Jennings, your winner here tonight. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Lack of cautions here tonight really was the difference in the surprising part of the race tonight. So, of course, we want to thank all of our great sponsors here in the Doghouse Racing League, including Shoney's, the Shoney's Truck Series. Shoney's stepping up again and being the great sponsor of this truck series. Don't forget, you can check out any of the West Virginia locations. Stop by for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Also, we want to thank our race sponsor here tonight, James East Racing. You can visit their website at teamgoonsquad.com. James East Racing, helping to bridge the gap between real-life racing and sim enthusiasts, supporting grassroots racing by joining Team Goon Squad at their Discord via their website, www.teamgoonsquad.com. You can find a link to Team Goon Squad as well as our halfway sponsor, Tiffany Leftwich, down in the description below. Also, there's a link down there to our web store, intensitybroadcasting.com. You can support us and our young man, Atlee. His Bandolero career got his first Bando win this past weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway in a B main. Unfortunately, crashed out in the main event trying to avoid a wreck and caught a sewer grate, but a great run for that young man. So you can support us and him at intensitybroadcasting.com and also check out thebuttkicker.com for all your haptics and gaming needs. Again, don't forget to join us here in about a half hour time as the SCSRA Truck Series will be taking on Dover International Speedway, so a half mile concrete track to a 1 mile concrete track. A lot of good racing here tonight. And as always, as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And join us every night here. Don't hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Over and out.